We're a purposeful company. We want to promote the cause of open innovation in Britain. And I'm delighted, actually, that not just Vince is going to speak, but also Chuka Umunna and David Willetts, because this is, a cross-party platform, trying to make this country a kind of innovation hub, a kind of magnet for science, a place where we solve the scale-up crisis, where our great purposeful companies operate at the frontier of technologies. Some of the catapults with which we work are here. Thank you. The Intellectual Property Office are here. Innovate UK are here. Their support has been very important in anchoring us.
Can I thank Will for his invitation and warmly welcome what's happening. I was there 3.5 years ago at the original launch. Now we've got these 8 centres around the country, I think widely regarded as making a big contribution to taking us on from Britain being, the country of great scientists to also being a country of great innovators. Will and his team have made a really important contribution to our thinking. So I want to thank him for that. I look forward to working with him and his team and congratulate them on managing to launch the Innovation Centre in the way that they have.
And the Big Innovation Centre has always had this amazingly positive vision of the future, which we co-created with our companies and shared with the G8 delegation 18 months ago. First of all, we have the Entrepreneurial Finance Hub. This is a hub that's providing finance to companies that want to scale. So rather than startups for scale-ups, it is identifying and value intangible assets, and we're finding ways in which we can back it with finance from corporate accelerators and banks and VCs, alternative finance.
The importance of what it is that you do to the future of our country and ultimately of all the people that we seek to represent is irrefutable. If we want the UK to be able to pay its way in the world and change that situation, it isn't by screwing down people's terms and conditions and wages that we're going to be able to realise our potential as exporters, but it is through innovating. It is through creating those products and services that no one else is providing that the world wants.
So I'm going to talk about exponential growth. Most of the disruptions that are going to happen with people, with societies in the next decade are going to come from the exponential growth of technology, and particularly information technology. Information technology has 3 components: computing, storage, and networking. Out of these 3 technologies, the one that is actually the most important in driving this exponential growth is networking. Well, this time around, not only are mechanical jobs, but also intellectual jobs going to be usurped by machines. What is the nature of jobs going to be 10, 15, 20 years from? We have to think about that.
We are delighted to be partners with you on this journey. We sincerely believe that technology is transforming the businesses that we are in, particularly in financial services, particularly in banking. We sincerely believe that the digital revolution is upon us, and the digital revolution is much, much, much bigger than the industrial revolution. Technology for the sake of technology is interesting. Technology that truly helps and makes people's lives easier is a big, big, big deal, and we want to go down that path.
And the thought process that we both went through in that first year was realizing that we endlessly beat up on ourselves, that in Britain somehow we're bad at innovation, that we are bad at commercializing our bright ideas, so that we lacked the entrepreneurial drive to take risk. When the truth was, we were expecting people in the British environment to take more risk than they were being expected to take anywhere else. And it was absolutely clear to me that what we therefore needed was, where necessary, government should be taking innovations and ideas from universities or elsewhere, helping them get much closer to market than we did in the past.
It might be a bit of a surprise to have somebody from a big energy company standing here talking about innovation, but today the UK energy sector is facing huge changes in customer expectations about how they consume their energy, how they want to manage their energy, how they want to deal with their energy company. We're also facing changes in how that energy is generated, transported, stored and managed. And that makes it an exciting time, and one that means that we need innovation.
I thought I'd give you a rather different slant on the Big Innovation Centre than the inspiration and the motivation and the vision that everybody else is giving you. I thought I'd rather come at this as a plumber. You only notice it when it doesn't work. And I've started to see the two clusters of capabilities that are really needed to make an enterprise successful. And the first of those I would describe as inspiration, vision, changing the problems of the world, creating great products and services to address that, and communicating those fabulously. And I think you'll all agree, and the fact you're all here tonight, because Will and Birgitte have got that in spades. This business is going to scale really rather rapidly because of the ability to manage the engine room of what they're doing. So those of you who are thinking of getting involved, rest assured the plumbing is working.